Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Althea Hurst, and I am your real estate girl, your real estate friend, your real estate, everything real estate. And today I am talking to my realtors, and of course, you know I talk about everything real estate here. Whether you're buying a house, selling a house, or you're a realtor looking to get some gems on your business, I am your girl. And if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, be sure to reach out to me. I would love to help assist you. Today I'm talking about to my realtors, and I'm talking about your database and what your flow could potentially look like for sellers. Now, I know when I say database, some of y'all are like, oh my gosh. A lot of realtors are really weak when it comes down to the database, right? They either don't have one, or they have one and don't use it, or they have one and it's not updated, or they have one and they feel overwhelmed, or they have one and they try to convince themselves they're going to use it but never end up using it. Your database is your book of business. If you do not have your database intact, you are not doing your business any good service or just. So you definitely want to make sure your database is together. But today I want to talk about your flow for sellers and how you get this going in your database. So number one, and granted, yours could be different. I'm just giving you guys an inside scoop of mine so that way you can have an example, okay? So for sellers, number one, I have a pipeline I have a category in my pipeline called nurtured sellers, okay? Then I have a category in my pipeline called pre-listing, all right? And then I have a category in my pipeline called actively listed. And then I have a category in my pipeline called under contract. And then I have a category in my pipeline called close. Those are your 5 areas and 5 sections or milestones for your sellers, right? Nurtured seller, these are your sellers who may not be ready to sell right now, but you can send them a market analysis every 30 days, a zip code analysis every 30 days, so that way they'll know what their market is doing. Then you have your sellers who are pre-listing. These are your sellers that have already signed their listing agreement. They're not quite ready to hit the market, but they're going to be ready to go in the next few weeks or even the next month, and they're in that pre-listing stage, okay? Then you have your actively listed. These are your sellers who are actively on the market and listed right now, okay? From there, then you have your under contract. These are your sellers who are under contract, pending a sale in escrow. And then lastly, you have closed. These are your sellers who you have recently closed out. So those are the categories in my pipeline. And I'll just tell you guys what my flow or my funnel or my framework, whichever word you want to use, looks like, okay? So if a seller comes into me and they tell me, hey, Althea, I'm interested in selling your home. Like right now, no exaggeration, I have 8 listings coming soon on the market. If you guys could see my videographer, he would tell you, I literally just took another one and was like, hey, listen, we got to do a video on this house, right? So I have 8 listings coming on the market, and I had another seller contact me today who's looking to get their home sold, and I know I'm going to get the listing, so that'll be 9 listings hitting the market, right? So when a seller comes into me, the first thing that I do is take the call. Take the call, and I ask all the questions that I need to know about the house. From there, I go look up the home on the MLS, and I run my comps, okay? I'll go run what I call like my estimated comps, and I let them know once I get to your property, if I have to adjust the numbers, I will. Once I take their call, I shoot them an email immediately afterwards and say, hey, first name, thank you so much for taking a call from me today. It was a pleasure speaking with you. As promised, I'll have your competitive market analysis and even your seller net sheet sent over to you within the next 24 hours. I cannot wait to meet you in person. And I also can't wait for you to be my realtor and show me what your home looks like, right? That's my first email. Within 24 hours, I get that CMA and seller net sheet done, and I send it back to them. Hey, first name, here's a copy of your seller net sheet and CMA. Just wanted to make sure I drop this in your mailbox. Here's how much I estimate that your home could sell for. Here's how much I can estimate that you will get in net proceeds. Be sure to send me an invite to your property. I cannot wait to come over. That's our next step. See you soon, right? They'll respond to that. If they don't respond to that, I give a follow-up call. Hey, just letting you know that I sent over the CMA and seller net sheet. When's a good time for me to come over to your property? I have some availability tomorrow at 5, right? From there, I go to their property. Once I go to the property, I'm giving them something tangible. This is my listing book. I don't have a copy of my listing book with me, but I give them my listing book, okay? Once I do my listing presentation, most times I get the listing agreement signed at that moment. Once I get home, I get a copy of that listing agreement sent back to them. Now, this is where your framework can kind of split. So keep in mind that your funnel is not going to always funnel. Sometimes your funnel might get broken. So this is where that framework splits up, right? So on one end, they may not sign the listing agreement right then and there. If they don't sign the listing agreement right then and there, then I'm going to now send them an email that says, hey, thank you so much for inviting me over your home. I truly loved it. I love your place. Let me know if you have any questions, et cetera, et cetera. And I set them up on a campaign that's going to touch them weekly just to make sure we're direct selling connection, okay? If they sign a listing agreement, they are now getting an email that says, congratulations, welcome to the family. This is part of my client experience, okay? They're getting an email that says, congratulations, welcome to the family, and now their pipeline has changed from nurturing seller to pre-listing, right? Because now I'm moving them down the pipeline. That's the goal, to move everybody down the pipeline, all right? So now they're getting that email that says, welcome to the family. They get a welcome call. My TC calls them. We make sure all of the disclosures are together, and we go from there. From there, photos are scheduled. Everything is scheduled. We get listed. Once they get into the actively listed stage, we are updating them weekly on the activity on their home. Now, because our market is so hot, most of my listings don't even stay on the market a week, okay? So sometimes I'm actually updating them daily on the market activity on the home. Now, I'm not personally doing it. My assistant will do that, letting them know what the market activity looks like. From there, once they go into contract, boom, we have another call. We go through all of the offers that we have. They're under contract. They get a copy of their contract. They get a congratulations email. You're under contract. They get an email letting them know, well, in that same email is letting them know what their next steps are, who's going to be in contact with them, who's going to be managing their paperwork, and what they can expect, okay? From there, we're going ahead and going through the entire sales process, under contract, inspection, appraisal. At each milestone, I'm updating them and educating them. So one thing that I do for all my clients is I educate them on every milestone, because we can have a conversation with clients all day long and let them know what is going to be happening in the future, but they might not understand it, grasp it, or even have questions about it until they're actually in the moment. So it's important that you update them at every milestone. You educate them at every milestone to make sure you don't miss a beat. Now, once we get from under contract to the buyer being so conditionally approved and inspection being done and appraisal being done, then from there, I'm getting ready to close them out. I'm letting them know, hey, are you packed up? Do you need your movers? Here's who I have. I'm providing them resources, all right? I'm making sure that the house is cleaned out. I'm making sure that the house is deep clean, that they're good to go and all is good. Then we get them and we close them out. After they're closed, they get another email and a phone call saying, congratulations, you have officially sold your home. Now, if they decide that they're going to rent, now I put them back on the Nurture Buyer campaign, and I let them know, like, hey, whenever you're ready to buy again, this is what the market is doing. If they decide to buy, now they are going from a seller pipeline to a buyer pipeline, all right? And we'll do another video on that buyer pipeline. But that's how I do my pipeline and make sure that my database is inflow for my sellers. So I hope that this video was good for you. I know that was a lot, and your eyes are probably like, oh my God, that's a lot. It really is, but it needs to be done. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. And if you need some coaching, be sure to reach out to me, because I am your agent coach. See y'all.